Happy 420, folks. This is Jake Davis ranking you the top 5 best stoner movies of all time. Now, to be 100% honest, this isn't like a definitive list or a definitive opinion, and this is also my personal opinions. I didn't spend a lot of time throwing this list together. Just really threw it together this morning, this early afternoon. I wanted to get out there today. I wanted to do this list before, but, I've had this channel 2.5 years now. First year, kind of wussed out on it. Last year, 420 was too close to Easter, so it kind of felt inappropriate. So I just want to go ahead and do it today. First off, I want to hit my honorable mentions first. Your Highness has to be referenced because, it's just... sure. It's absolutely unwatchable if you were sober. And it may have seemed 5 to 10 years too late to bother with a Lord of the Rings parody. But, stoner parody at that. But I still have always enjoyed it. Dude, Where's My Car? Of course, obviously. Stoner classic. Reefer Madness. If you've never partook and watched Reefer Madness, then you're just doing it all wrong. Half Baked has to be an honorable mention for me too, because to be 100% honest with you, I really don't like that movie. It has a couple great scenes, but other than that, I think it's mostly shit. And even though it is not a movie, I gotta mention the TV show Workaholics. I love Workaholics. It's absolutely great. I've binge-watched it many, many times. I've seen the whole series all the way through more than a few times. And yeah, man, I just love the idea of that. I just love that show. That's a great show. So yeah, let's get into the top 5. Number 5 is actually going to be a tie. I'm going to say both Friday and Pineapple Express. Now, the reason these two films only make number 5 for me is because, yeah, there's no way you can talk about stoner movies, and I should point that out that, most people think stoner movies, they think stoner comedies where the characters in it get high a lot. But I also, just what are good movies to watch while you indulge during. I would consider something like Con Air or The Matrix a stoner movie, or Waterworld, because it's these stupid big visual action movies that you can just zone out to, you know what I mean? Getting too much detail here, oh well. But yes, the reason Friday and Pineapple Express, don't get me wrong, I love both these movies. Last year I did my top 5 list of the best comedies of the 1990s, and Friday was my number 1. But the reason I had to put these films at the dead bottom is because they are, at their heart, anti-drug movies. And to be fair, we just don't have any time for that today. So, yes, both Friday, which is a movie about a pair of slackers hanging out on a random Friday afternoon, getting high, while they slowly realize that they've been smoking up the stash of a local drug dealer who's going to come cap their ass later on. And all the different wacky, wild characters in the neighborhood we meet throughout the course of the day. Pineapple Express is about a stoner and his dealer are on the run after witnessing a murder, and just basically dipping and diving all through L.A., trying to avoid getting their asses capped as well. But like I said, these are both great, great movies. I love them both very dearly, but as I said, they're anti-drug movies, and we don't play that bullshit. Not today. Number 4, I would say Broken Lizard's Club Dread. It is a parody of a wild, broad parody of 1980s slasher movies that is just rampant and stocked to the gourds with gore, drug use, profanity, gratuitous nudity. This is a shameless motion picture, and I love every goddamn frame of it. Yeah, if you've never seen Broken Lizard, you've probably heard of them. They're the same guys who did Beer Fest, most famously Super Troopers. It's actually my favorite movie of theirs because of the horror background of it. I think absolutely nails how to approach a horror comedy far better. A horror parody far better than, say, Scary Movie did. You know what I mean? Scary Movie I like. I enjoyed Scary Movie. But it's just it's almost like a sketch movie. You know, remember this scene from this movie? Remember this scene from that movie? This kind of shit. You know, instead of just actually going into the kind of themes and styles and cliches of these films, like Club Dread did. Number 3, I'm gonna say The Hangover from 2009. The only movie on this list I saw at the theaters. Saw it at the theaters with my wife when we were still courting. Actually, I think this was, no. This came out shortly after we had moved in together, actually. This is, of course, about 3 guys after a bachelor party in Las Vegas, lose the bachelor and have to retract their steps over the night before to try to find out where the hell they left the bachelor. It turns out they left him stranded on the fucking roof playing a prank on the poor bastard. And it's just, you know, it's a classic. It's an absolute comedy classic. And yeah, sure, you think Hangover, you think booze, sure. But this is definitely a pothead movie. No way getting around it. Hangover's great. Hangover's classic. Hangover is perfect. Number 2, the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie. That's right, you heard me. I don't give a shit. Come at me. Because this is just a clip show. It's a whole bunch of old Warner Brothers cartoons cut in between interviews of like lifestyles of the rich and famous, with Bugs Bunny being interviewed by some Hollywood reporter telling stories of his life. It's brilliant. It's great stuff. It is so goddamn fun. And to be 100% honest with you, there's nothing better to just veg out to than some old Looney Tunes. And it brings me to my number 1, which is a tie, and that could only be Senor Cheech and Chong. And it is Up in Smoke and Next Movie. I love both these movies. First off, let's talk about Up in Smoke, which is basically them trying to make a show, trying to get some crash, trying to get some ass, and trying to avoid the fuss. I love this movie. It's so goddamn funny. It is the only Cheech and Chong movie where they actually play their album characters, Chico and Man, or is it Pedro and Man? It's Pedro and Man. Pedro and Man. And also there's, if you have heard any of the Cheech and Chong albums from the 1970s, there are so many references and callbacks to those sketches and routines. There are other films, certainly, like Still Smoking, that just all out recreate those sequences and those sketches. And those are fine, too. Nothing wrong with those at all. Those are great. But I like the kind of throwing together a super loose narrative, but a narrative nonetheless, to try to tie in all this madness and wackiness. Cheech is amazing. Cheech Marin is a treasure. He absolutely is. Tommy Chong's hysterical in this, always playing Tommy Chong. But one of my favorite bits of the whole movie is when the chick snorts Ajax, thinking it's cocaine. And when the Stacy Keach as is it? Oh man, I'm totally forgetting his name. Stefanko, something stupid like that. They're looking for the truck or the van made of dope. It's terrific. It's terrific. You gotta love it. And then when it comes to Next Movie, again, it's more of, in the vibe, wildness, nothing really connects or makes sense for it, sure. But it has, guys eating McClure. It has the Space Coke. It has the Beaners song. It has the great scene where or Mexican American and Beaner song, that sequence. And there's the great scene where she just tried to get to the house, but the loudness of the music is literally pushing him backwards. Just brilliant physical comedy in that sequence. It's just a great, great, hysterical, stupid fucking movie, and I love it so much. Yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say. It's 420, it's stoner shit, it is a sacred holiday, and I hope you are enjoying this wondrous, wondrous day the best way you know how. Please like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.